All right, 10. Hut!
510?
Privateer James Bay reporting for duty, sir.
James, I don't need you, James. I need the other James.
Oh,
who's
right.
currently still in captivity here.
Right, Sergeant James Bird is currently captive by the elusive moneybags. And obviously we gotta pay for his freedom.
We learned his name, James. We do learn his name is James a little bit later in the game from another NPC. But for now, Jordy is going to be joining us for this part as Icky and the rest of us set free the bird of war.
Because
Sir,
I
yes,
made
sir.
an oopsie.
And he's already kind of given him the evil eye, but welcome to the team.
I love how dead-eyed he looks in the original.
I mean,
Well, for now, Tom Kenny, meet Tom Kenny.
it's. I love talking to myself, don't you, old chap? Yeah, I guess so.
In fact, you could say we're doing it right now.
Oh wait, we are?
Spyro
Because he has the limited ammo that he was saving.
I love this.
Oh my god, oh!
I was kind of hoping that we would pause that for like a couple more seconds, just have him standing there.
No, I couldn't do. I couldn't just because when I was editing this video, this came out to a nice even 25 minutes, and I couldn't pass that up.
I know them feels.
It could have been 25 minutes and 25 seconds.
So, while the long lost member of the Breezy Harbor heads on back to his base, we're gonna go follow him.
Yep, because as I've said before, to try and mitigate the backtracking, we want to start with the animal buddies so that we can have access to them throughout the rest of the level, throughout the rest of the hub. So we get to learn about a brand new form of mobility with a penguin that somehow defies the nature of penguins.
Is he even a penguin? I feel
Yeah,
like
he's a penguin.
He's the penguin that could.
I mean,
He does look like a penguin to me.
I mean, I always used to think he was a penguin too, but the more I stop and think about it, would it make more sense to pretty much compare him to like his fellow warbirds back in Spyro 2?
Well, I mean, I would not be
like a
surprised
pelican
if...
stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
I was about to say, like, I wouldn't be surprised if he was partially based on that world in Spyro 2, but in terms of, like, his actual species, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be a penguin. A penguin that apparently is
No.
having some cold feet right now.
Now
I always took him as
silence,
a penguin.
because listen. Look at him go.
Look at him waddle.
Aww.
That's qualified penguin.
Because yeah, as far as to break it down to you real quick, this is not how you should be playing Sergeant Bird. But I'm just gonna take care of the stuff on the ground floor first. Get out of here, Rhinoc. And now that we've saved one of our 5 hummingbird companions, Private Claire, now it's time to get on to how Sergeant Bird should be played, which is not anchored to the ground, but free as a flighting bird.
Honestly, if you want to see
kind of
more,
look like oversized flickies.
honestly, you know what? They kind of do. But what was I going to say? If you want to see a more pathetic display on of how Sergeant Burke, walks around on the ground, play his missions in Hero's Tale, where he's literally as slow as molasses wall on the floor.
Those, if I'm just to make sure I'm correct, like those missions always those were supposed to play almost like speedway stages.
They play exactly like the Speedway levels, yes.
Gotcha. Oh, that's right. But there they really played into like the rocket jetpack and not
Which
just
honestly, I
flapping
think,
his wings.
which say what you will, I honestly think it seems like a more practical upgrade for Mr. Bird here.
Oh, I agree. No, having the rocket jetpack is awesome.
And
But,
Easy has some of one of the not my favorite tracks in the entire game.
Yeah, listen.
Though this one's good too.
And the other main mechanic that we'll be getting used to is that
Siegfried.
we can also pick things up with our big flappy feet and drop them on with great flappy feats of strength.
Oh god,
So
I thought.
what you're saying is he picks things up and puts them down?
Yep.
Yes.
Jeez. Also, you know what? A very haunting image just came up into my head.
What's that?
So you say we're all in agreement that he's supposed to be a penguin, right?
Yes.
That's what I'd say anyway. Yeah.
Have you ever seen the inside of a penguin's mouth?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I've
It's
seen the pebble and the
terrifying.
penguin, if that counts.
I've also seen the inside of some baby birds, and thanks to frickin' Zafrank or whatever, if you have tryptophobia, never look that up.
What's
Yeah.
tryptophobia again?
Fear
of holes. A lot of little holes.
Teeny tiny holes.
Sometimes with
Interesting.
worms inside of it.
Ew.
It's something. Anyway,
The most. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it. I said my piece on that.
I was gonna say the most fucked up part is that's not even the most terrifying, pie hole I've ever seen.
What is?
It's a species of turtle. I can't exactly say what, but Tara showed me a long time ago. They have like
alligator.
Not an alligator. It was supposed to be like a turtle or some sort of reptile along those lines, whose mouth is literally just an entire field of fucking thorns.
I was thinking of like an alligator snapping turtle, which are massive, but like not.
You ever hear of a bobbit worm?
Yes, I've heard of those too.
Those are terrifying mouths.
Okay, I'm gonna shift topic just for a bit here. Icky, what are your thoughts on the Bird of War?
Hey Logan, did you know that a woodpecker's tongue wraps around its brain for stability?
Yes, I did know that as well.
Really?
Did you know did you know that the ducks? I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Did you know that owls' skulls are lopsided?
Did you know that owl's ears are literally holes that can be seen throughout their entire head?
Did
Jordan,
you know
what
bird facts?
Jordan, what do
I
you
know some.
Jordan, what do you think of what you're seeing of Sergeant Burt so far?
Yes, of the Bird of War.
He's carrying a lot of weight, and he's shooting out missiles. That's all that I see out of him.
He's shitting
Well,
out
what about in terms
bombs.
Well, what about in terms of like what you were able to see of like his personality in that cutscene where we rescued him?
To be honest, I'm not too keen on his personality, or the matter of fact is that I'm not really paying too much attention to it. Like, it doesn't really connect to me.
Oh, don't worry, Jordy. We know damn well you're only here because of one other guy. We'll meet up with a few more parts from now.
Hey, they
fun
don't
fact.
know that. I'm magical.
You certainly are magical.
So, fun fact, in the original version of Spyro 3 Reignited, those tunnels were utter hell, because for some fucking reason, whenever you go into those tunnels as Sergeant Burt, the camera shifts, like, straight, like, it goes into, like, a top-down perspective from Sergeant Burt's feet.
Not just in this level, actually. I think his bonus section back at the Tiki Lodge is also... one of the tunnels you have to go through, I think, is also affected by that glitch, and yeah, it was bad. Sergeant Burt was easily one of the more buggier parts of the entire thing at launch. Oh!
I couldn't fucking stand it.
Sorry.
Can I just say that? Can I just say I love the timing of you saying that right before he just suddenly combusts?
It wasn't my fault. But yeah, no. Thankfully, some post-release patches did amend some of that, especially the camera's positioning and angle. I understand why they were trying to keep it more slightly above Sergeant Burt, given his shortness of stature and flying upwards. But
the verticality.
Yeah. Otherwise, how to put it? Like. Yeah, Year of the Dragon is one of those things where you'll either love it or hate it, compared to the other two games.
Yeah.
Just because of all of the new gimmicks and mechanics it tosses at you compared to those previous two.
The most I'll say, you go ahead.
I don't mind it. I just do wish that for the animal buddies, I wish that their top speed when walking around was a little bit faster. Like, more on par with Spyro.
Especially for characters like Agent 9.
Agent 9, I think is okay. I'd say the worst offenders are Bentley and Sheila.
Well, at least Bentley's stages are designed to be a little bit smaller scale.
Which is true.
To a degree, yeah.
Agent 9,
you're not
I will
always
say...
platforming as Bentley.
Yeah, that's also true. I think there's only like a couple... I think Bentley has like the fewest number of stages, period.
I think so.
Sergeant Burt we're going to see later. Go ahead.
I thought Ancient 9 had the fewest number since he is like the last one you see.
No, you know what? No, because... and I'll at least give him credit for this. Agent 9 we actually get to play with at least 3 times in the game, and to their credit, they actually do the most with Agent 9. More on the most I'll say right now is they actually managed to, like, with how you control him, they actually give him 3 different shooter genres to play as. So it's not just Ratchet and Clank walking around. Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I cannot think of Agent 9 without thinking of Sasha from Psychonauts.
Oh yeah, 9.
You know what? You're not wrong. But boy howdy, would that have been a different character portrayal if Agent 9's dialogue was performed with the same enthusiasm
Tell me,
as Sasha's.
Spyro, have you ever seen a bear dance?
It would be a very different game if Raz was voiced by Tom Kenny.
And there we go. Now that we have
Yeah.
eliminated the Rhinoc forces, the hummingbirds can leave in peace.
I mean,
Hey,
honestly,
Ryan Lee.
honestly, with the way that Tom voices Spyro now, it's really not that different from how, like I can see it fitting, like, if it wasn't for the fact that it would alienate people that are really diehard for Richard Horvitz's voice, I can see, like, Tom fitting Raz well enough. It's just a matter of, like, he already has an established voice.
I mean, I was also,
Inflection.
if not that, think the other way around.
Yeah, I guess so.
I can.
Man, you're
look,
really
there-
struggling to beat up that balloon point blank.
I could see some instances of that being actually pretty funny, James. Like the whole like I'm trying to think of,
Ride the pig!
there's that. There's I'm trying to think of bits like oh god, I can't think of the whole like, you are my own creation. I command you to stop. I'm trying to think of any other like really wacky parts, but regardless.
Funicular. That's why.
Oh, he's indecent.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Aww.
Regardless, that's it for Sergeant Bird. We finished up his first level, and get used to him because I want to say he's one of the ones that he's one of the characters that the designers use the most frequently because of his open-ended like flying abilities, most similar to this flying dragon.
Yeah, because when you really stop and think about it, like, out of all the animal buddies, he's probably the closest to matching a lot of, like, Spyro's, maybe not mobility, but, like, methods of maneuverability.
Right.
Oddly enough,
we're
he
gonna...
gets strafe
Go ahead.
while in midair.
Yep. The handling on him was a lot better than what I remember from the original.
Actually, yeah, I will say in his defense, I think out of all the animal buddies here, he was the one that got changed up for the better for Reignited. Okay, Sheila, I definitely remember being more or less the same. Sergeant Bird is definitely done better. Bentley's done far. Bentley was done much worse. And then there's Agent 9, who, well, he was fine for the most part.
Jeez, what is up with you, man?
I was supposed to meet Doug to go ice fishing today, but Rhinox have blocked the path with ice, so I can't get through.
Don't you know?
How
I'm
typical.
trying to clear the way with this cannon.
So, okay, welcome everybody to another snow level, but this time get the old cannons back.
Don't
Oh,
you
Now
know?
we're
boy.
in Canada this time.
So with this cannon, we can take out those icy blockades, and say if you want to make the extra effort and grab some extra gems, blow out some birds out of the sky.
Yep.
Okay.
Have
Which
fun
you're
with
gonna
that.
have to if you want to final.
Have fun with that, by the way.
If
You're
I
gonna
could
have
be
to
honest,
definitely get used to
though,
leading your shot.
If I could be honest, this is probably one of my favorite levels in the game.
This
Yeah,
one?
it's a fun
Now, why?
level.
Yeah,
I was-
there's a lot to explore in it too.
They do have a lot of side areas. The music always puts me on edge though because of like how in a minor key it sounds.
Oh, like how
Like
sometimes
that bit
it
right
sounds
there.
a little bit more sinister than intended.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun,
You forgot
dun.
jump.
Like this part that's playing right now, like it's a little.
It's a little awkward, that jump.
There's some dissonance to it that makes me feel uneasy, but
I understand.
beyond that, it's not. Again, at the very least, these levels are not sprawling
There you
and
go.
massive like in Enter the Dragonfly.
Yeah, but we're not
always have
counting
that
Enter for
benefit.
Dragonfly because it doesn't exist at this point in time.
It's not part of this timeline.
Not yet.
Spyro
Jordan,
4, it's about time.
No, it's
Funny.
Spyro 4.
Well,
What took you so
I
long?
still would have.
Oh,
I
yes.
actually would not. I would not be against that being. I would not be against that being what the game was called.
Yes.
Right down to-
Spyro. Go ahead.
Sorry, just right down to, like, Ripto even title dropping it. It's like, Spyro, what took you so long?
I still think I still would have accepted if in the writing they actually had Cortex say, "Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time."
Well, he comes close
just-
in one of the cutscenes.
No,
I know,
but he
he
doesn't
just
say
says-
Crash Bandicoot 4 before.
Adding the number really sells the stupidity of the joke to me. I'm weird
Well, I
like
do
that.
know that apparently there was a cut bit of audio from Crash 4 where it's like they actually did have, like, Lex Lang actually record. You know how, like, in the older games where it's like, Sony Computer Entertainment America presents? They actually
Oh.
did have, like, Lex record something akin to that for Crash 4.
Yeah, but they left it out for
Really
whatever
surprised they
reason.
didn't use that then. Yeah. Man. Well, anyway, back on to Spyro for now. Again, I want a Spyro 4.
Look
We
at
all
that
do.
big old leg
I
on
want
the
this
ledge.
engine to be used more. There's so much to this, and I really thoroughly enjoy the Purple Dragon. It is absolutely like more on par with my style of game. And I see you, bird. Hang
Oh.
on.
Beer.
You ain't evading my
Shoot the bird.
sights.
Did somebody call for me?
Turn it into chicken.
God.
There we go.
Delicious.
All right. Let's continue.
Also,
James.
if I could just bring mention to the noise that the rat enemies make in this level. In the original, whenever they would slide towards you on the ice with those TNT crates, they would always go like, and it's always the funniest fucking thing to me in the stage.
Well, it's such a melodramatic, like, my time has come at last.
It's not
kind
even
of
that.
fucking
It's
delivery.
because it's a stock sound effect.
Oh, so it's like, oh, I mean, I thought that. I mean, Ripperoo used to have a stock sound effect.
Yeah, but it's still funny.
Of
And to
course,
this-
I'm not saying it's bad. Go ahead.
And to this day, people still say that stock sound effect is the best voice actor Ripperoo ever had.
Yes, agreed. Hard agree.
I mean, I thought what they did.
Can't deny it.
I thought the voice that they did for Nitro Field was pretty fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, so I was thinking back to I was thinking back. Get out of here. I was thinking back to Insane Trilogy, which
Ow.
it's not bad, but it lacks some of that manic like energy that I couldn't expect of anybody to really do right now because that would hurt their poor throats.
Yes, it
Yeah,
would.
I should know. Yeah, I
I'm
should
pretty
know.
sure
I-
Disney sued them for it.
Oh really?
Did Disney?
I don't know.
I was about to
I
say.
mean, I
don't
know it was
'cause,
from
like,
the Lady Tramp that James showed.
The
me a while
Lady
back.
Tramp.
I
No,
was about
Lady
to-
and the Tramp, not Lady. Jesus.
I was about
Lady
to say
and
like.
the Tramp.
Like, I'm not quite sure if Disney would have sued, because I think even in that case, it was recycling a stock clip from something else.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
be surprised if they did.
I actually am curious what that original laugh track is sourced from. I just know that the most earliest piece of media, nice, that James showed me was from Lady and the Tramp when there was the hyenas.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Here we go. And then I also remember them using that stock sound effect for the hyenas in It's a Small World during the Africa section.
Right.
Ugh, it's a small world.
Yeah.
Ugh.
They have to update that, maybe.
I'm
I mean,
surprised they
Or, you
haven't.
know, update it with a completely different ride.
That is also true. Now, the most that they updated it with, which was a neat gesture if you guys have never been there in recent years, was a while back they updated it so that it would not just be the creepy dolls. It would actually be oh, it's time for the ice skating competition. But they would they also updated it so that Disney characters and Pixar to an extent from those respective countries and nationalities would appear alongside the dolls. So like when you're in the like Arabia, Middle East section, there's Aladdin on his magic carpet, and in France you had Belle.
Little
in
Chef.
Italy you had Pinocchio. I think they did have a little. They had the Three Caballeros in the Mexico area because this was before Coco.
Yeah. And
Can I
actually,
just say, this
Go
is the
for it.
best part of the game right here.
The music or watching the 10-foot-tall linebackers completely deck this figure skater.
Yes.
also, just speaking about the song, something like slight bit of personal history. For the longest time, I actually did not know this originated from a Spyro song, because every time I hear it, it's usually I usually think it comes from like one of the Rugrats spin-off games.
Granted, it is
It
a very
definitely has that
un-Spyro sounding song.
All it's missing is the.
No, you can hear it at like the tail end of the.
Yeah.
So yeah, just flame hockey players, or you know, just let them fucking slap her with the fucking stick.
You
But
take too much pleasure.
But Logan's a gentleman. He wouldn't do that to the poor thing, right?
Yes,
I'm not
he would.
going to. Honestly,
Not
because
this
it would take
time, though.
forever. Honestly, because it would take forever, and I'm on a time crunch here, so I'm working to just. It's not that hard. Fortunately, the camera will always keep it. The camera will try to keep itself positioned at her at all times, so you can make sure that nobody's about to blindside her, and they all go down very swiftly.
At least the camera does this in the Reignited trilogy. In the original, it goes to a top-down perspective, and you have to basically like tail her the entire time.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Well, we did it. Yay. Toss in the roses.
Wait, they didn't toss in the rose. Oh, there they are.
I guess one of the judges didn't like it though. He threw this
I kind of
out
wish there would be like a little detail where
You have it.
occasionally you could see like a hockey stick thrown instead of a rose.
Wait, really?
No, I wish that were a thing.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's a critic.
My ice cream during the
There's
next
at least
Olympics.
always one.
Ironically, that was the one from the Russian judge.
Ooh.
I figured it would have been the one from the Nork judge.
Atari and myself. I'm one of the judges for tonight's.
Oh, that's what the egg.
Oh, that's who the hockey stick man is.
Sorry to say, big guy, but show's over.
Oh, who said I wanted to watch? Who said I was watching the show?
He really would just be the kind, just sitting there on the chair, literally counting all the gems in his bag.
He would.
And then when it's time to vote, he's like, "Huh? Where am I?"
All right, Speedway section. Here we go.
Nah, 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 nah.
While they were dummies, which I'm glad they at least kept that voice script. Oh,
Oh, damn, nice. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there is a skill point in this part of the level where you have to land right where the red thief is at.
Yes, and which I also wonder if that means it's possible to hit him before even beating the yellow one. 'Cause he's
In
just
fact, you
there.
can.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. That would actually.
I
been a
do
lot
it every
easier.
time.
I mean, it's basically
Oh,
a free
You're
dragon.
way
egg.
ahead
It
of
saves
him.
you a trip.
I mean, it's basically a free dragon egg, and he doesn't even he doesn't even see it coming.
Nah, 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 nah.
Oh,
Whoa,
Go,
whoa,
go, 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 go.
I know. Eat your heart out, Sonic.
Nah, nah, nah,
We
nah.
can do this. Which I will say that in the classic PS1 trilogy, it always felt so hard for me to manage it.
Scout.
I'm a force of nature.
Aww.
Sorry for vanishing. I had to let the guy in for my food.
Oh,
you're
okay.
fine.
I just love that the sound timed in right when I was doing my dumb TF2 joke.
You're
Oh.
fine. So we're just gonna go and get some goodies around here.
I
before-
always
you know,
forget this little crevice is in here.
I mean, that's kind of what they. I think everyone has at least one instance like that in this game. Like they jam pack stuff into these levels.
Well, not only that, but they hide this one fairly well.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, because it's like it's around the corner after that. And all right, the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work on there's a box of gems I need to break, which is right. Ow! Dang it! This one.
This one
really
too.
This one threw me off until I realized all you need is like just a little bit of charge. You don't actually
Just
have to go
a
full speed to break
tiny
those
little
guys.
Itty bitty little bit of charge. That's it. That's
Itty
all.
bitty
Now we
bitty
can
space.
Well,
Give or take
Into the
50 feet.
vortex.
go ahead, James.
No, I was just saying, give or take 50 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay.
Well, in that case, we're almost done with this level now. We just need to fly a little bit further around and get a few more gems. And also figure out where that guy is from the Honey Lodge. And lead the shot.
I actually really
there
like
you
this.
go.
Nice shot.
Now that
Nice shot.
there was cash money.
Said
Now, this little
Spyro.
secret here kind of reminds me of Wizard's Peak, only done way, actually kind of cooler.
Cooler and also
definitely.
not quite as cryptic.
Well,
Yeah,
I wouldn't
it's
even
right
say it's
there.
cryptic in Wizard's Peak's case. You just have to be a little bit more observant of the area around you.
I'd still say it was a little cryptic, just because a lot of that part of the area looked the same.
Not even talking about this little platform. I'm talking about the
Just going
under
around
ice,
the-
gems.
the under the ice one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. The only part that threw me off at first was that apparently you can only crack the ice if you jump up from that height and then do a ground pound onto the ice, which is why I'm going to go over here, and then from here you have to make sure to land it.
Technically
Bam!
speaking, you can do this from the very entrance of this room.
Oh, so all it really asks for is that you're
Just ground pound that
higher
little-
than ground.
Yeah, just
Oh.
ground pound that little block of ice, and you should be fine.
You
But
know
it
It
has
what?
to
doesn't
be-
require
but it has to
any
be-
height or any particular position,
No, 'cause-
as long
no, 'cause
as
I
you
remember-
actually hit it.
You know
I,
what? I think
remember trying to ground pound it, but I remember you had to have some height. And it was all because of Doug here. He didn't want to share the
Hey,
vision.
hey.
Back to you, hype.
A detail I think would have been funny is because I imagine since he's a reptile, he would be like some semblance of like cold-blooded lizard. Like since most cold-blooded animals can't stand, ironically enough, the cold. Like the second Spyro gets into that cold water, he just automatically stiffens up.
Stiffens up as much as it just stiffens up as much as Mugman does under pressure.
You know what?
Block all a crash.
You know what? I would agree with that philosophy, or if it weren't for the fact that he could breathe fire.
Yeah. Well, with that said, I'm gonna have to hit everybody with the amnesia powder that Jordy was ever here. And Jordy, we will see you again in part 9.
Wait, part 9?
Do you want to hear me vanish into thin air?